All right, what's going on, everybody? So, 2022 is the end of 2019. What does that mean? So, 2019 was basically the last real year, the last normal year. COVID technically started in 2019, but we didn't know what it was going to be. Probably a lot of us didn't even hear about it in 2019. I mean, technically, it started in October of 2019 as far as the actual origins of the virus, but we didn't really see all of this stuff come to life until, for most of us, has basically been 2 years. It was March of 2020. So we kind of been in this weird sort of hiatus limbo state. I think everybody or most people have been thinking, let's do this, let's do that, let's take this, let's distance, let's mask, let's all this different stuff. And then we can get back to normal, which, without putting, they probably didn't put it in those terms, but they're basically thinking, let's do all this stuff so we can go back to 2019. Let's go back to how 2019 was. Well, 2022 is not going to be the year that happens. 2022 is going to be the end of 2019 because, like I've said in other videos, and other people are making these same videos. People who are pro-Christ are making these types of videos. People who are anti-Christ are making these types of videos. But it is just so clear to me that we are embarking on a new normal. And that's not even the right phrase. I mean, we're just entering into something very new, and it has kind of started. It really hasn't. I don't know exactly what's going to set it off vividly, so to speak, but I do think there is an event or a series of events coming that are just going to sort of blow wide open this whole new normal, new whatever you want to call it. I don't know exactly what that's going to be. I will say that last year, mid last year, I was making videos where I said something big was coming at the end of quarter one of this year. So we're getting towards the end of quarter one. Not a lot of big things have happened, but we do have this sort of war that's emerging. We don't know exactly what it's going to turn into. We've got the second B of this. I don't know exactly how that's all going to play out. But when I look at how much is happening, how all these, mask regulations are being repealed, how a lot of mandates are being repealed, we've got sort of the introduction of war. I mean, this fits what I've been feeling this whole time, that something big is coming in this time frame, and things do seem to be lining up for something big to happen, because as all these mandates get repealed and the masks get lifted and all this stuff, this is in a way like a temporary end to the judgment. And so God is going to be looking to see what the world does and how the world reacts. And do people just do all the same stuff they did in 2019? Do people repent? Are people righteous? Are people coming to Christ? Like, what's happening? And when God doesn't get what he looks for, what he's looking for, because I think he's not going to get what he's looking for, and I think he already knows he's not going to get what he's looking for, but he's still given this window or whatever. So once God gives us a window that he deems a satisfactory amount of time, and doesn't get the results that he's looking for, then that would be when the real judgment comes in. And could be a lot of things. It could pertain to this war. It could pertain to this. It could pertain to some, neo virus. I heard something about neo COVID. Could pertain to something like that. I don't know, but definitely. I mean, I'm convinced that 2022 is the end of 2019, and whatever new normal, whatever it's going to look like, it's going to begin. It's going to begin overtly this year. And it's not like whatever happens is our new normal, but whatever happens, whatever comes, is going to usher in our new normal. And it's going to take us, I think, something like 3 years before we are like the dust has settled, right? Before we can look around and say, okay, this is our new normal. It's going to take about 3 years, I think, for that to happen. But this year's the year it all starts. This year's a year of just lots of big changes. Just big changes globally, big changes in people's lives. A lot of people are going to wake up this year. There's a lot of people out there that God has been working on for a long time. This is going to be their year to come to life. You're going to see, the remnant, as they call it, basically the Christians who have not backed down, who have not bowed down, who have stuck with God this whole time, who didn't walk away from God in the midst of the pandemic, but they doubled down on God in the midst of pandemic. These people are going to be raised up by God. These people are going to have anointings and power and signs and wonders. And there's just so much that's coming this year. I don't even want to think about it, but just know that, birth is not a pretty process, but the end result of birth is a child, right? So everything that's going to come, all these, birth pains, so to speak, of this new normal, if you can get through the birthing process, there's newborn on the other end. So that's it. Love you guys. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave comments if you have any comments to leave. And thanks again. Aloha. Love you guys. God bless.